So in the previous video, we got our first Laravel application up and running, and we also created our very first route. So the next thing we're going to look at is how we can return a view. So back over in our application, back over in our code editor, let's just have a look at the view folder. So I'm going to come under resources this time, and then we can see our views folder, and we can see we have this welcome.blade.php file. Now this is the view that's being returned when we open up our application and just go to /, which is just the entry point to the application. So what we're going to do, we're going to create a new view file here. So I'm just going to go into views and create new, and I'm going to create a new file. Now the naming of this is important because Laravel uses a template and engine called Blade. So we need to prefix our view files with .blade.php. So let's create that now. So I'm going to create a new file called posts.blade.php. So I've got this Blade file open here, and as you can see, this is just an empty PHP file. Now what we can do here, we can just build out our HTML. Now I'm not going to be introducing you to the nuances of Blade in this video, so I'm just going to create a static HTML page for now. So in PHP Storm, you can just type HTML and it'll create a basic HTML template for you. So this has just generated a basic HTML template for me. Now you can use whatever HTML you want. You don't need to copy this. You can just create whatever you want in here. You don't need to copy this. Just create a basic HTML template. And then inside of the body here, I'm going to create a new h1 tag and say posts. And then underneath here, I'm going to create a unordered list. And then inside, I'm going to create a few list items. So let's call this one my first post. And then let's just say second post here. And then that'll be it for our view file for the moment. Now it is a little bit static. There's nothing dynamic or PHP going on here, but this is something that we will build up to. Now let's return this view to our application. So over in our web.php, and that's under roots web.php, instead of echoing out this string here, let's send back that view that we just created. Let's get rid of this, and we can say return view, and then this function takes in a string, and the string is the name of the view. So in our case, we called ours post.blade.php. Now you don't need to put the blade.php on the end. Laravel will work that out automatically for you. So we just need to give the first part of the file name. And in our case, that was posts. So now Laravel is going to return a new view, and it's going to look for posts.blade.php and then send that back to the user whenever they send a GET request to /posts. So let's just have a look at that in the browser. So over in our browser, we're already on /posts. So I'm just going to refresh this page. And you can see now, this has actually returned our HTML page. And we got our h1 tag of posts and our unordered lists of posts. So now you can see you could actually build your full application just inside of your web roots file. Now, this isn't always very practical. If you're just building a small static site, this would be absolutely fine. But as your application grows and you start introducing more dynamic features like database interactions or making API requests to a third party, this file would get very messy very quickly. So in the next video, let me start introducing you to some more Laravel concepts, and we're going to start looking at controllers.